All right, everybody, we're here. Just giving a few moments. Looks like he just logged in with us, Mr. Cryptocurrency. Are you on the line here?
I am. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, man, we doing spectacular. So I'm going to just introduce myself and allow Mr. Cryptocurrency to introduce himself. My name is Quentin McIntosh. I'm a member and president of Mid-American Diversified Entrepreneurs. We're an entrepreneurial investment club located here in the state of Kansas. We own several businesses in the local market, as well as we're involved in the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin industry. We're getting ready to launch an exciting new project that we'll be telling you about in the near future. But what we want to do is be able to, explain to everybody what cryptocurrency is, what Bitcoin is, and so people can begin to get active in the market. It's a lot of space and a lot of opportunity for growth. And so with that, I'll let Mr. Cryptocurrency tell you a little bit about who he is, and we'll get into the show today.
This is Mr. Clint Guy. That I've been dubbed the name Mr. Cryptocurrency by different members of Maze. I also am a member of Maze, and I've been in the cryptocurrency space for close to 2 years now. Definitely been investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency and seen some massive profits over the past 2 years. And I wanted to share some of my experiences with everybody here today. So go ahead and take it, Quentin.
Awesome. So what I want to do is just kind of explain. A lot of people have heard about Bitcoin. They've heard about cryptocurrency. Maybe they understand a little bit about what it is. Maybe they don't have the slightest idea of what it is. So just kind of explain to everybody exactly what is Bitcoin, what is cryptocurrency, how are they related to each other?
Essentially, what Bitcoin is what I like to call digital gold. As it's used as a store of value. Just how people that like to use gold as a store of wealth for long term. People are starting to more and more invest in this digital gold. But the difference between your regular gold holdings and this Bitcoins is that you can see massive profits in a short period of time. Essentially, what Bitcoin is, it's a peer-to-peer decentralized currency. And what this is, it's a blockchain that's run on itself. The white out there, the algorithm runs itself. There's no central governing agency over Bitcoin, so there isn't down. That's why they call it a decentralized. It's a way that anybody can send and receive money on their laptop or on their phones anyway around the world within minutes and even seconds. And this has been growing over the past 8 years since it was invented, all the way from to the point of its inception just 8 years ago. It was worth less than a penny per coin, all the way till we see it now. It's been over $6,000 for a coin. Now this happens in the course of 7 years time, which is massive. It's created a lot of millionaires over this short period of time that it's been invented, and it's going to create a lot more, all the way to worth a couple of $100,000 per coin. That's what it is in its basics. It's very easy to use once you learn how to use it. You just download a digital wallet on your cell phone or home computer, and it allows you to receive this digital currency in your digital wallet, and you just hold it, and you could literally look at it one day and look at it the next, and the price of those coins could just continue to go up over time.
Okay. Awesome. Man, you gave us a lot of information. So let's just back up a little bit so we can maybe explain in some further detail. And you equated it to gold, digital gold. You explained how obviously it can be used to store value. What other purposes? Is there transactional purposes that Bitcoin could be used for? Because obviously if I got an ounce of gold, it obviously has value, but I couldn't possibly go to the grocery store or to Walmart or somewhere and buy goods and services with that gold that I'm storing value. So are there any transactional value in Bitcoin as a currency?
Most definitely. The transactional value is one of the price up over this short time. There's very low fee. Sometimes you slide your card when
your connection's going in and out, Clint.
Okay, let me switch it here. Oh, there now.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah. Now, as far as a transactional currency, it's a far better transactional currency than your fiat cash and your credit or debit card, that which most people use today. We are increasingly switching to a cashless society, and this will be the next step. The problem with your credit or debit card is these outrageous fees that they charge you. Just to swipe it at a gas station or a grocery store, it's 3.5%, as high as 3.5%, plus another 50 cents on top of that. And a lot of these times, these merchants that take on those high fees push those onto the customers. And so more and more merchants are adopting this simply because there are lower fees, and as well as for remittance purposes. You have people that do Walmart to Walmart. A lot of people are sending money that work here in the U.S. are sending money back to their native country, whether it's MoneyGram or what is the other one, Western Union, and they're paying these outstanding fees to be as high as 10%. With Bitcoin and some of these other digital currencies, the transactional fees are way lower, to as low as 0.01%. So you're talking about, just to compare it, you're talking about something with 3.5% transactional fees, or 0.01%. So less than a percent transactional fees, and the choice is obvious. These digital currencies are the way of the future.
And so essentially the fees that's being charged by to use a Bitcoin are essentially just network fees that are being paid for basically the computer power that it takes to process these transactions. And for merchants, essentially, this is a game changer, because if you have a business that's, let's say you have a 10% gross profit margin, and then you're accepting a credit card on that transaction, then that transaction takes about a third of your profit away if you're running at a 10% profit margin. So essentially, by not using credit cards and allowing consumers to use cryptocurrencies, essentially you could add 30% to your bottom line by getting rid of that 3.5%.
Yeah, most definitely. It definitely will change the game as far as transactional currency. as well as smaller online transactions. A lot of these companies and corporations can accept smaller transactions simply because the fees will be eaten by these credit card companies.
Absolutely.
So you will see smaller transactions, especially online, as far as ads, and it's definitely going to revolutionize online advertising industry as well.
And I'll give you a couple examples of that. I was reading some articles a couple days ago, and they were talking about how, let's say you wanted to charge maybe a quarter to read a specific article. Then how would you go about doing that if you had a minimum transaction fee of 3.5%, and then sometimes they charge you 30 cents or 20 cents per transaction? So essentially, the transaction fees will cost more than the charge for the actual charge. And even nonprofit and charity organizations, I know when they were having some disaster reliefs, Red Cross had something where they said you can text or call and donate as much as $1, as little as $1. Well, if we were going off of traditional credit card transactions, that $1 up to 50%, 50 cents of that $1 would go in just towards transaction costs. And so what cryptocurrency is kind of eliminates that and allows for those micro transactions, which is something awesome and revolutionary, allowing people to essentially create new businesses and new industries on top of what's already out there by allowing those micro transactions. So you talked a little bit about the peer-to-peer and a little bit about, you talked about wallets and how they're used. Tell us a little bit about the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency wallets, how they're used, how can you keep track of their money, how secure is it, how easy is it? Tell us a little bit about the wallets and how they work.
Well, as far as wallets concerned, there's a number of different types of wallet that you can have with concerning cryptocurrency. You have your hot wallets, which is wallets that are either on your computer or in the cloud, which a lot of people use because of the simplicity of it. You go to a third-party company and store your digital currencies in the cloud or personally on your computer, in which that means it's connected to the internet. Now, you also have what they call cold storage, to the point where you can purchase hardware wallets where you can store your cryptocurrency completely offline. Now, this adds an extra layer of security with it being stored offline, from hackers and other things of that nature. It's also important to say that how secure, Bitcoin is that the Bitcoin protocol has never been broken. That's one of the reasons why it's becoming so valuable. You have exchanges and things like that have been hacked, but as far as the Bitcoin protocol, it has never been broken. So once you use these cold storage wallets, it adds that extra layer of security, but it's all to your personal preference.
Awesome. So you mentioned a little bit about exchanges. Tell us a little bit about exchanges, as well as what's the process if I wanted to purchase Bitcoins today? Like, what's the process? And tell us a little bit about the exchanges, how they work, what they're used for.
Okay. Now, the good thing about these exchanges that there are, it's a very low barrier to entry, as opposed to your, traditional markets where you have to give all of your personal information And, you know, sometimes you have to verify certain things and you have to wait a couple days just to actually make a trade. With these cryptocurrency exchanges, it's a completely unregulated market, so it gets rid of all of the red tape. You can start trading cryptocurrencies within a matter of minutes. Now, the first way, there's a number of different ways how you can secure these cryptocurrencies. One of the most popular ways is Coinbase. It's a very reputable company. It's a U.S.-based company, very secure. One of the positive things about them is that they accept U.S.-based credit cards and debit cards, and you can also link your bank account to them. And they even have an option to where you can select a specified amount over a specified time. Let's say I'm just getting into cryptocurrency and I want to do $20 a week every week and build up my portfolio. That's the option on there.
And what's the name of that site?
Coinbase.com.
Okay.
So that's a very good option for beginners. Another, if you want to kind of diversify and purchase a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, Bittrex offers over 40 or 50 other digital currencies, which they call altcoins. And just like Bitcoin, a lot of these altcoins are built on the blockchain, which offers that layer of security, except they are geared towards different aspects. Some are backed by gold. Some are, geared towards social media platforms. And there's literally hundreds of them. And that's a way on Bittrex, that's a way you can purchase some of these lower cap altcoins. One of my personal favorites way to purchase these cryptocurrencies is with cash, and that's through Bitquix. And so you simply deposit cash into you go online, fill out a form, and deposit cash onto your bank account, and you receive your coins within minutes. And that's a number, but there's literally hundreds of different ways you can purchase cryptocurrency. You just have to figure out what personally works best for you.
Awesome. And on the screen here, I have the BitQuick website pulled up for the audience to see. Extremely easy. Just click on this launch, quick to buy. You can use any local credit union that accepts co-op. You can use Bank of America, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, and others. And what you do is you simply just get the banking, the account and routing number to individuals who's selling Bitcoin on this site. BitQuick acts as the escrow mediator. And so what they do is they actually hold the Bitcoin in escrow to protect both parties. So as a buyer, you're protected because BitQuick is holding the Bitcoin, as the seller's protected because until you deposit the money, the coins aren't released. And so they serve as an intermediary to just make sure that all transactions go through extremely smooth. And so the other company he was speaking about, Coinbase, real simple. You just click on that sign in button or sign up, type in your basic information there. You'll be able to create an account on their website. And from there, you'll be able to go in and buy Bitcoin They also have Ethereum and Litecoin available for purchase on those websites. And then Bittrex, the website he was talking about here, it's basically a digital currency exchange. They offer dozens of different altcoins on their site. Basically, you can trade Bitcoin for different altcoins, where there's Ethereum, Dash, Monero. So let's tell them a little bit about, let's go into a little further into what exactly are the altcoins, how did they come about, why would I want to invest in an altcoin, as well as the potential in growth for the altcoins compared to Bitcoin, for example.
Yeah. Most definitely. One of the major altcoins is what they call Ethereum, and it literally at the beginning of this year it was trading at $10 per coin, and it shot all the way up to $350 per coin, and this is in a matter of 9 to 10 months. So that's
real quick, Clint, I got Coin Market Cap pulled up, which is a website that you can do some basic research on the different types of altcoins, and it tells the name of the coin, it tells how much, what the market cap is, the price, how much volume, and so the viewers are able to see exactly kind of what you're talking about. So he's talking about Ethereum. It's number 2 on the list. Go ahead, Clint.
Yeah. What Ethereum is, it's a decentralized application platform. And the simplest way to explain it is to say it's like Android. And you can build other cryptocurrencies on this quote unquote Android application using their protocol, their secure protocol. And so they have other coins under the Ethereum platform. Some are prediction-based market. Some are decentralized exchanges themselves. Some are eco-friendly, geared towards a certain percentage go towards eco-friendly projects, such as planting trees and deforest areas. And it's just a number of different altcoins built under this Ethereum platform. And if you just go down the list, I think number 3 as far as market cap, it's Ripple. And what Ripple is, it's geared towards back-end banking. Now, after the success of Bitcoin, we literally saw the banks jump on board, and they kind of created their own cryptocurrency to serve their purpose for back-end banking. And at the beginning of the year, Ripple was less than 1 penny. Right now it's trading at just over 20 cents. So you're talking about 20x return. And if I bought $100 worth of Ripple at the beginning of this year, I have over $2,000 worth of Ripple. And that's the type of gains that you wouldn't see in your traditional stock market or your bonds or index funds and things of that nature. And this is the potential growth that you're looking at when dealing with these altcoins, as more and more people adopt this as a form of payment.
Yeah, I got the screen pulled up for Ripple here, and it you can see how it went from essentially 0 cents, a couple cents, all the way up to 40 cents is what it ended up spiking to, which is just tremendous growth. And obviously it's came down from the all-time highs, but we obviously know that any investors, what you don't want to have is that fear of missing out. When markets go down, we obviously realize that that's an opportunity to buy. And when they go back up, obviously that's an opportunity to sell. So kind of explain what makes markets go up and down, and what causes some of the volatility in the market. And is that a good thing, or is that a bad thing, or what?
What determines the market price of these coins is simply supply and demand. The more and more people that adopt this and purchase and hold these new coins, the price goes up. Now, volatility is a good thing dealing with these markets because you could see double-digit gains in a day, as well as you can see double-digit losses in one day. But overall, you can see the trend of the market is up. Now, on those double-digit down days, those are simply an opportunity for you to buy in more of this coin at a cheaper rate. I call it when I see red on the market or these down days, I look at it as everything is on sale. And a lot of the time, those are the days that I purchase more and more cryptocurrencies because right after that, a few days, they're back up to their original price, which they were down from. And that's why I say volatility is a good thing. Now, for those of you who are afraid of volatility, I mean, you can go with your traditional stocks, but you're only going to see, a 0.5% or 0.25% growth in one day. You don't see, double-digit gains in your traditional market. So there's with more risk, there is more reward, but the reward far outweighs the risk, especially dealing with a new and emerging market. We have a lot of institutionalized investors moving into the space and position themselves to move into the space here in the near future. So this last quarter and into 2018, we're expecting to see the market cap, to double or triple for all the cryptocurrency. And this right now is a really good time to get in.
Absolutely. So I always say that you got to take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of the opportunity. So where do you feel like in the crypto market, is this a good time to get into the market? Is it a good time to take advantage of it?
Yeah. Right now, we're in single digit market penetration. You have a lot of predictions of where the market is heading. Right now, Bitcoin has just under $100 billion market cap. And so with that being said, it's hovering around $6,000. John McAfee have stated on social media that he expects this to go to $500,000 within 3 years. Now,
right now I have
I
have the chart pulled up. Not to interrupt you, but we see how in May of this year, how the market went from under $300 to over $6,000, and obviously it's came down a little bit, but just tremendous growth. So go ahead and finish saying what you were saying there.
John McAfee said that his projection is that it'll hit $500,000 per coin within the span of 3 years. Now, even if it does, let's say his calculation is a little bit off and it even does half of that, we're looking at $250,000 per coin by 2020. And if his calculations are even farther off,
even if it's only 10%, yeah, 50,000.
Yeah, we're looking at $50,000 per coin, which is exceptional growth. And that's just with Bitcoin. As we've seen in the past, once Bitcoin goes up, a lot of the altcoins follow suit. And once Bitcoin goes up, hundreds of percent, those altcoins go up thousands of percent. And that's what we're expecting here in the near future.
And so let me ask you a question here, kind of on a different subject, different topic of the cryptocurrency. A lot of times when I speak to people about, the emerging market and the opportunities for growth and why people should get involved, a lot of times people bring up some of the bad publicity that has been talked about in the media and on the news as far as Bitcoin being used for criminal activity or Bitcoin being used when people do these hacking ransoms and taking people's computer hostage and things like that. Kind of explain your thoughts as far as a Bitcoin being used for other things and how you feel about that and just Bitcoin as a whole for the community.
In its infancy, you have seen some cases like the Silk Road and I think it was 2012 or 11, where people were buying legal stuff online and using Bitcoin. And what's happening is that Bitcoin is becoming less and less anonymous as it used to be, and people that used to use it for illegal activities is starting to see that because it's on the open ledger system, and Bitcoin is becoming more and more mainstream to the point that you have these multi-billion-dollar corporations accepting this as a form of currency. Japan, on a global scale, those multi-billion-dollar corporations, Overstock.com announced in the past few months that it's going to be holding all of the 50% of the Bitcoin that it's accepting. And then you have Japan announced earlier this year that it's Bitcoin has been legalized as a form of currency, just like the U.S. dollar or the euro, and you have a lot of institutionalized investments there in Japan, and a lot of the other countries are following suit. So you have this this cryptocurrency market, or Bitcoin's becoming more and more mainstream, just as we as consumers don't want to incur all these extra transaction fees and frictionless transactions globally. A lot of these corporations don't want to incur these fees as well, to the point Microsoft is building a blockchain that's going to be called Coco or Cuckoo, that's going to be interlinked between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we have a lot of enterprise, onboard enterprise interactions between Bitcoin and these stable industries.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is definitely going mainstream, and there's not a day that goes by that you're not hearing about them on CNBC and major media channels. And I like to say, Bitcoin is like anything else. It's a tool. Tools to be used for good things and bad things, just like an automobile, a car. I mean, a person can, use the car to commit a crime, but that don't mean that the vehicle is something wrong with that. So as in anything else, there'll be fashions that are doing different things, but as a whole, Bitcoin is definitely a awesome tool that is definitely going mainstream, and everybody should take a look at getting involved. So what are some other things that you might want to make sure we let the viewers know about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a whole?
That definitely just educate yourself. There's a lot of resources out there. CoinMarketCap is a good resource for you to look at coins. There's links between if you want to look at the price action and the recent history of the coin, and even look at the website to kind of figure out what certain coins are about. Definitely education is the key. They have Reddit is a blog site where you can interact with people that's already in the community. And the good thing about cryptocurrency, it's a close-knit community, and they freely share information. Just like how Bitcoin, you can freely transact money without intermediaries. People freely give information out on these blog sites and even YouTube. So definitely just kind of educate yourself on the whole subject of cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. Well, what we're going to do real quick is just kind of recap a little bit some of the things that we've talked about. We kind of talked about what Bitcoin is. It's a decentralized currency that's not controlled by any government. It's not controlled by any central banking system. It's not controlled by any corporation. It allows for peer-to-peer transactions without someone else having to be in control of that process. There's no way for basically Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies to be shut down or for funds to be seized. Definitely there's some great security measures that's involved, that your money's going to be secure as long as you secure it with offline storage, things of that matter. We also talked about how transactions can be made to peer-to-peer to overseas to purchase products. More and more merchants and retailers are accepting cryptocurrency every single day because it does have a extremely lower transactional rate, allowing for those retailers to increase their profit margin instantly by allowing those transactions. If you want to get involved with cryptocurrency, it's extremely easy. Coinbase.com is one of the companies that we talked about, extremely easy to purchase cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. You can also use BitQuick if you want to pay with cash. Just make a deposit at popular banks and credit unions, and you can get those Bitcoins sent to you very, very quickly. Also, there are several exchanges: Bittrex.com, Bitfinex, Poloniex, and what these exchanges do is allow you to trade different cryptocurrencies for one another. So you can buy Ethereum with Bitcoin, you can buy Litecoin, Monero, dozens of other cryptocurrencies, what we in the industry like to refer to as altcoins. So if you're interested in the growth, using some of those altcoins, as Clint was saying, some of those have the potential to go up thousandfold. Tremendous growth opportunity in some of those altcoins. Extremely easy.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
And what I like to say to people is all you have to do is look at the numbers. The average rate of return yearly on Bitcoin, it's over 300%. Over 300%. You know, your IRA is, you know, single digits. The stock market is about 12%. This is literally going to be the biggest transfer or what in modern history. So the sooner the better if you guys want to get involved with this.
Awesome. And so the website he was talking about earlier, the website we're on now, it's Coin Market Cap. When you pull it up, it'll pull up all the different coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can go on there. Once you pull it up, it'll have charts. It'll show you the different markets that the different exchanges that Bitcoin is traded on. You see here, Bitfinex is the #1 trader for Bitcoin at the time. BitHub, Bitflyer, GDAX, which is actually Coinbase owns them. Coin1, you know, Poloniex, all these different sites. You can also go through and look at the charts here. You can see, okay, what is Bitcoin done in, you know, the history? What has it done in the last year as far as growth? What's it done in the last 3 months? And so you're able to go on there and see that growth patterns. So with that, we're going to call this podcast closed. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Feel free to comment under the video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. If you have any questions, contact us. You can email us at wichitabitcoin@gmail.com. That's wichitabitcoin@gmail.com. Feel free to call or text message us any questions at 316-530-COIN, 316-530-COIN, and coin is 2646. So 316-530-2646. If you got any questions or any topics that you want us to cover on the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency market, make sure and post that below. We're going to be coming with more videos on a consistent basis. Our next video is going to cover some basic information as far as getting started with Bitcoin, how to read Bitcoin charts, as well as walking you through the process of understanding, you know, the volatility and candlesticks, just some basic reading of the charts, as well as help you understand how to read Satoshi. Cryptocurrency has basically a number system that each coin can be broken down into 1 million of a unit. And so we're going to teach you how to understand what the unit system is, which is called Satoshi of cryptocurrency. So that's what our next video is going to be about. Make sure and stay tuned. Like our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube page, so you'll be notified of any new videos that come your way. With that, I want to thank Mr. Cryptocurrency. He's going to be a part of each and every one of our videos, and I'll leave the parting words to Mr. Clint Guy, Mr. Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. It's truly some valuable information out there. We're just looking to share it with everybody.
With that, have a good day. Make sure and like us on Facebook. Have a good day.